right. So we have Zoom meeting going on right now with this conversation on Facebook. You're seeing an image that will have video play at some point. Kathy, you there? Kathy with Focus Lending is going to be joining us. She's also getting her computer going, I think. Well, let me give you an introduction about the home. We have 6851 West Cambridge Drive. It is a 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom home that is approximately 1,049 square feet. It is on 0.47 of an acre, and it's located in Victoria State off of KGB here in Wasilla. KGB is Connect Goose Bay off of down here, or not down here, here in Wasilla. And it is right before, those of you who are familiar with the area, it is right before Settlers Bay area, and it's become a very popular new location. So here you have a beautiful yard. Honestly, the setting with the yard, the trees being mature like they are, it's really pretty. You have a covered front porch, which is where we're at right now. And that's actually a benefit for both winter and summer when you're kicking off your Alaskan shoes. Right when you first walk into the home, you're going to see this. You're going to walk into the entryway. You've got an entryway closet, and then you're greeted with the living room space. And it's actually a decent sized space. Those windows there are quite large, honestly, and we tied those up during the in-person open house, and light came in really well. So that was really nice to see. It's very green outside right now. You have the dining room here. I do want to mention right now contractors are there. They're working on, you'll see that transition strip there that's missing by the front door area. They're going to be working on some electrical transition strip, replacing a sink, and then finishing the top cupboards in the kitchen and replacing a sink and a faucet. So things are moving really nicely for this place. This kitchen is actually comfortable. It's not like a one-butt kitchen. You can fit 2 of you in there. You can open all the appliances in here at once and then not bump into each other, which is a nice feature in a home for this size. You do have a window where you can look out while you're doing your dishes, and you also get some nice daylight. You have a space there for a dining room table. And as you can see, that's a pretty decent sized dining room table with the chairs. Of course, you can go round, you can go square. It does seem to fit all of them when you're there in person.
And that's the garage right off. That's the garage door in the picture there.
Yep. And it is a single car garage. The yard back here is actually really pretty. They are leaving, if the buyer wants it, they are leaving the furniture that's out there, and if a buyer's interested in negotiating the table, they are open to that as well. For this home, the seller is willing to negotiate buyer broker compensation. You have a nice hallway here, and all the bedrooms are on one side of the house. So you have the garage on one side and the bedrooms on the opposite side, which is a nice feature for this home. You have a single bathroom here, single sink bathroom, but the countertop is oversized. So it is really nice for things to be able to use when you're in the bathroom. Though there's a medicine cabinet there. That toilet right there, it's a fancy, I don't know how else to say it, but like duvet. It does have settings for children as well as settings for people to be able to adjust and use. I'm not familiar with it, but I was kind of entertained by looking at it and reading up on it when we were there in person. This is 1 bedroom. This bedroom can fit a good, you could fit a queen size bed in there and an end table if you wanted, or definitely could fit a twin. You've got a linen closet right here, which is nice and convenient for the bathroom and for the bedrooms all there. This would be considered the en-suite. Well, I wouldn't necessarily say suite, primary bedroom is better to say. It's got a nice size closet in there. It does have a ceiling fan in there to rotate your, to keep the circulation moving with heat and cold, depending on how you like stuff. This home is with a gas forced air. And then you have a third bedroom right here. As you can tell, the daylight coming into this bedroom is nice. The windows are all nice size in this home. Even with those trees, you've got a nice little bit of a privacy setting and good sized closet space. This property is located in the HO16 tax map location. The elementary school is listed as Kinnick Elementary. We've got the middle school and high school is Reddington Junior and Senior. It is situated in the legal estates of Victoria Estates Phase 1, Lot 15, Block 2. Again, this is a 3-bedroom, 1 bath, 1 car bay garage, approximately 1,049 square feet, built in 2001, and it is situated on just under a half an acre at 0.47 of an acre. This is your dollhouse view of the property or of the home, which is really cool. You can see where the closet settings are. You can see how the bedroom and the floor plan is laid out.
And if you log in using any of the links to the virtual tour, you're able to see approximate square footage as measured by the camera. It is a fallible method, so don't quote it for actual, but it'll give you approximate square footage. And so you can see if something, a furniture will fit through a certain door or in a certain room. I'm going to go to the dollhouse view as she was just talking about, and here you can also see square foot kind of cubic footage in a way. I mean, again, it gives you measurements. Well, it doesn't give you cubic footage, excuse me, but it does show you the cubic, outline. And you still have the square footage you can look at in there. And sometimes it does show you the height of a wall too, if it's extra tall, but none of these are really extra tall except for in the living room. And it's not really showing.
And this is listed also in our advertisements. You can click on these links to take a look at this in person and really take some time to mess with the tools that are in this, to do some measurements yourself, look around and get a good virtual feel. Hey, Misty, I see you on Facebook.
So in this case, like you could look at this closet here and see that it is saying is around 5'8", or 5'8" by 3 1" as an approximate measurement for that closet. Same thing, if you go over to this closet here, you'll be able to see some approximate measurements as well.
And that's really useful, obviously, for furniture type, getting an idea of what you would be wanting to play and put in there and to be living. Also, some other cool things is we have this not only in the dollhouse style, we also have a virtual video, we have pictures, and we also have a video on YouTube. So
We'll let it play automatically now.
he's going to let it play automatically. I'll repeat some of the information because I see that there's some new viewers here. This is the front door entrance area. You have a covered front porch. 6851 Cambridge, West Cambridge Drive. 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1,049 square feet approximately, with a 1 car bay garage and situated on a 0.47 of an acre, just about a half an acre. Very beautiful. You have a dining room space. The kitchen cabinets are in process of getting finished. Actually, as of today, this is being worked on. The contractor was there when we were doing open house in person. You got your window right above the sink, so you can be staring out and seeing the beautiful scenery of your yard while doing dishes. Some of those trees are part of the property. Here that's grassed is just the part that they were choosing to maintain that they were most comfortable with. Again, the cabinets are in process of getting touched up and done.
I'm going to switch to a flyover. Hopefully that is what's now.
While he's switching to the flyover video, does anyone on Facebook have any questions? Please feel free to type them. I am able to look right now on it and answer questions. And then after we go through some of this video, we're going to hand it over to Kathy to talk about some lending options.
Okay, I'm gonna play it without video, without music.
It's not showing on the,
It is.
oh, it's showing slow.
It's just back. So back up again, it's gonna give you an aerial view because you've already seen the inside of the home. It's really nestled in the trees there.
Those of you on Facebook, I noticed that it logged off. It says waiting for signal. We are in the midst of broadcasting aerial videos of it, and we can revisit it with some pictures if you'd like.
Okay, I'll just go back to this to the. All right, we're back onto the virtual tour since that didn't seem to work.
All right, so we're doing back onto the virtual tour. Hopefully that loads it properly here on the live. I see on some lives it's working, and then on mine, now it's caught up. All right. So again, with all of this, oh, I actually see a little bit of a lag for a second on one and the other.
She's getting confused because she's watching what's posting 30 seconds ago versus now. Just pay attention to the screen and you'll be fine.
I'm gonna pay attention to the main screen here on Zoom to be able to keep up. Sorry about that. So again, there's 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, approximately 1,049 square feet with a single car bay garage situated on 0.47 of an acre, just under a half an acre. Most of it is landscaped. There are parts of it that have beautiful trees in the background. Do any of you have questions? I'm looking both on Facebook and in Zoom for any questions. Again, these tours and these videos are clickable links within our advertisements that so you can take time to go really enjoy them and look them out. If you want to schedule a showing, we are happy to do that. We do represent the seller, may assist the buyer. If you are a buyer who is looking to purchase in this industry and want to know more about all the industry changes and requirements to be able to look at a home, we are happy to have that conversation with you. If you're a seller or entertaining the idea of listing and selling and you want to understand all the industry changes, we would be happy to schedule that appointment with you and go over all of those details and help you figure out what's in your best interest so that you can get the most in the market at this time and sell it at a quickly time frame. Kathy, you want to take it over with talking about some lending? We can let you share.
Okay. Thank you, Brandy, for having me. I was in this home earlier today with Brandy and doing the open house. This is an amazing home for, I feel like first-time home buyers or anybody that's ready to downsize to a smaller house or is getting ready to start growing their family and want to learn. My thing is buy the house, not the interest rate, is what I tell everybody. You're going to probably outgrow the house. So there's no reason to think about a 30-year mortgage. I'm going to share my screen. Oh, you got to give me sharing privileges.
Okay, just a second here. If we
But
disconnect, we're going to
a
log
wonderful
right back in if we disconnect for some reason here.
Okay. This is in a wonderful neighborhood. I live literally 10 minutes from this neighborhood and it's very well maintained, very quiet neighborhood. The backyard has amazing potential. If you're, like Brandy said, there's more trees and stuff that can be removed or trimmed up to whatever you feel like maintaining the home. But interest rates are coming down. we are in the, I will show you, but we're around the sixes for conventional, and I'll explain what that is, and about 5.375 for VA and FHA. For conventional, we do have a first-time home buyers program, which will allow you to do 3% instead of the 5% that I'll show you on the screen. VA loan, of course, is 100% financing. So if you and your realtor want to negotiate seller's concessions, which means where the seller helps pay for some of your closing costs, that is a good deal for all veterans. You have to be a veteran, or your spouse has to be a veteran in order to qualify for a VA loan.
Can you see if you can share your screen now? I think we got it set up. There you go.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So this is the address and the purchase price as of today, the 294. So the conventional, I did the 5% because that's the standard on conventional loans. Like I said, there is a 3% first-time home buyer program. And this just kind of breaks down like your total loan amount with your PMI. On VA, it's 100% financing, so there's no additional fees. And your FHA, this is your loan amount after your 3.5% down. Then you'll see the interest rate, your estimated monthly principal and insurance. You'll see that it does not change very much between the programs. The estimated monthly escrows, that's going to be your property taxes and your homeowner's insurance. These are, of course, estimated because I did use the property taxes on the current home as of yesterday, but the insurance is estimated. So, and then you get your estimated monthly payments, and that is the totals added right here. These totals did not populate. I'm sorry, that is, don't have a heart attack. That is not $5,000. That did not populate correctly. So sorry, I had to come home and change these. So VA is 291. And for conventional is 2134. The biggest thing you're going to see is where your down payments come in from. Like I said, VA is 100%, so there is no down payment. And then the down payment for your 3.5% is 10. So if you went 5, it's 14.7. But if you are a first-time home buyer, it would only be 3%, so you're only looking at $8,300 as far as your down payment. And like I said, this did not save, and I apologize. I was trying to hurry when we got back from the open house, so these numbers are completely wrong. So I will stop sharing that now. Let's go back to the pretty house. So, like I said, the rates are going down. You can refinance your house in 210 days. So if we're at 6% conventional and in 6 months, 7 months, even a year, it goes down to 5, you can refinance that house. You're not stuck with that interest rate. So please talk to your realtors, look at the house, love the house, picture your family in the house, not what the interest rate is. Because interest rate changes and we can always refi. VA and FHA are streamlined refis, and that means that there's no appraisal, there's no income docs to do. If the interest rate goes down, it benefits you. After the 210 days, we can refinance your rate. And all you do is pay additional fees in at the title company. So I am here for any questions. I am available all the time. If you have any questions, please reach out about financing. Even if you don't choose to do a loan with me, if you still have questions, I am available for the questions and to help with anything. And thank you so much for y'all's time.
Hey, well, you provided some great information, especially with the things that you've been talking about with refinancing idea, being able to not be scared about the rates right now and being open to realizing that the opportunity to refi is available. I want to mention, if you're seeing the sink fly around right here, that sink is being replaced. And now we're scrolling through there. So with talking about the loan programs and talking about this house, Kathy, what was your favorite feature of this home?
I really love the backyard. I love the way you can be in the kitchen, looking at washing dishes, looking at sink, and you might could see a moose or a bear or anything just from the windows. I also like the way the rooms are very close together. So if you do have infants or small children, you can still hear them and keep a very close eye and not be clear across the house, for that. So, and the room, I like the living room and the open space that led to the dining room. So.
Yeah. Definitely. I think one of my favorite features in this property in particular is definitely the yard, front and backyard. Having that covered front porch brings a real homey feel, almost like a little cottage feel. And at the same time, it just gives I think my favorite feature, I just have to say, is that front porch, the covered front porch. And then I'm a big person about windows and daylight. And I liked how once we opened those curtains, that daylight just poured right in real nicely. The trees here the way that they are laid, offer a really nice private setting with just enough of a peekaboo with your neighbors. And
yes, I did love the window also. The window in the living room was nice and big. It had like side features for opening. And it was just a very big it brought in a lot of sunlight when the curtains were open.
And the driveway is also, it's kind of long. So you can bring a few vehicles in to be parking and not be on the road, which is really nice. Can make you feel like you're still just on your property versus having vehicles parked on the road. And then I just got noticed about my washing machine. And then again, the dining room is not that bad of a size. Those chairs are really large. So you've got some play with being able to use different types of dining sets, from square to circular. That one is rectangular. The cabinet's getting finished. The faucet there on the sink is getting replaced. Something more that is more of today's convenience, I guess you should say. You also, those trees really do give a nice, the back behind those trees, as those trees kind of go up a little bit to butt up against a neighbor's yard that's already developed on the other side, which is nice because you guys have a nice buffer of privacy right there. And the seller is negotiable when it comes to buyer broker compensation. And I just want to encourage anybody who has a buyer who's wanting to come look at this property to not knock this one off your list. It is definitely worth coming and seeing. You could possibly fall in love with this home in person, with how it lays out, how it's convenient, and the comfort of the home.
One of my favorite attributes of this home is the fact that when you look out the windows, you really don't see a lot of neighbors. It's very private, especially during the summer. During the winter, my phone's talking to me. So yeah, the privacy feeling in this home on the property itself, whether you're in the front yard or in the backyard, it just feels very private.
It really does. It really does. Well, I'm going to share the details again one more time of this property because we are coming up on time. This property is a 3-bedroom, 1 full bathroom, 1 car. It's almost a little bit oversized because the laundry's in there, but it's a 1-bay car garage situated on a 0.47 of an acre, just under a half an acre. You have ceiling fans in this home. You have a dining room spot. You have a nice sized living room. You have some closets within the home for convenience of storage. All bedrooms on one side, garage on the opposite side. The property was built in, this house was built in 2001. It does have PUR 101 and 102 for those who are using any Alaska housing loan programs and RD programs. So that is beneficial. It is in the midst of getting the cabinets done, a couple of other touches to the property done, the finishes inside done. And we can't wait to share that with you when it is done. Hopefully it'll be done by the end of this coming week, and we'll be able to give you guys an update on that. Then we also have Kathy with Focus Lending, who is able to answer any of your questions. You can apply online with Kathy for a loan application to see what you qualify for, ask her questions and dig into her brain to learn about loan programs that may be most beneficial to you, especially in regards to this property. He is throwing some pictures up right now that show some aerials. They are pretty phenomenal.
And also, I did not know, but we do have USDA, which is also 100% financing, just like the VA loan is done. So, and also we can negotiate closing costs with the seller where that will get you in the home fairly at a reasonable price if you're short on money. And your PFDs do count as source money. So if you're fixing to get those big PFD checks, we can use that as down payment and closing costs with no problem. If anybody out there is wondering if that is eligible sources of funds, it is.
Again, make sure to check the links. We have it posted on our social media posts. We also have it in the MLS where you can take a look if you want to hear. We have property disclosures if you want to look at the property disclosures. And if you want to learn anything more as a buyer or as a seller in regards to the industry changes, please feel free to reach out to Ablaze About Alaska Group. My team and I are happy to be able to sit down with you, have that conversation, and help you be real confident in your choices that you're making in this market. This is Ablaze About Alaska Group's website. You can learn about what your home's worth. You can set appointments, and you can also take a look at our listings as well as any other listing that is marketed on the MLS. We have all IDX syndication links there for you. And Kathy, later after this, we'll do a post where you can drop your information for people to be able to click onto your link and to be able to click on our links to be able to. Oh, Kathy, he said if you want to do that now, you can also drop it in here.
Okay, I'm not really sure how to do that.
Do you know where the chats are?
Okay.
If you've got a link to your applications, you can drop that right into the chats.
Email address.
Perfect, there it is. So for those of you who are watching or later to be watching, you can go on ahead and click on the link to apply. And if you'd like to schedule a showing and talk about industry changes, be sure to reach out to us. I'm Brandy Malcuit with Ablaze About Alaska Group, Exp Realty, and we are here to be your successful strategy plan when buying and selling real estate.
Bye.
Thank you. Y'all all have a good night.
You too.
Later.
Bye now.
Bye.